that, you know the reason you don't tell the truth, right? Is to get something you want. You see? Or avoid something you don't want. And you figure telling the truth might jeopardize you. You know? Especially when you have forces outside of your control. You know, like an authority figure. There's the word of God. You know, see, when I say no, then it's no, you see, so, well, I'm going to have to lie to make sure he comes up with the right answer, the right response. But that doesn't work, especially here, because you see, we're working on being conscious. I happen to be the conductor of our orchestra. I'm the facilitator. So I have a job to do. And you entrust me with that job. Obviously, you came here. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you didn't in your own mind think I would do a good job, you know, with integrity, etc., you probably wouldn't have come here. Either that or you had your head up in your ass or something, right? You just, well, foolishly came for some other reason, or a fantasy, and you thought I was going to fulfill a fantasy. But if you thought I was going to fulfill a fantasy, you really haven't read anything I've written, ever. I understand on the written, you know, like in a book or something, you can make up your own fantasies. And people do, of course. And, you know, I write about stuff that, some of which could easily lead to fantasies, but I also ward that off and warn against it, you know, etc. There's a saying by a guy named Montague or something, and I can't remember the saying. It's cute. I think it's in Book of Not Knowing. I put it in there, but something about you know, to lie to you know, or deceive or whatever, right? To avoid a scrape. Sucks. See, but to endure the scrape and tell the truth is so much more powerful.
What is scrape?
Like getting in a fight could be called in a scrape, like get beat up or something, metaphorically or really or emotionally or intellectually or physically, you know. In other words, something bad happened. Basically. The consequences, negative consequences. Not getting what you want, for example. See, you consider negative consequences. I don't get what I want. But I told the truth. I'm square. I'm standing free and present, say, with circumstances, you know, and I told the truth, and I didn't get what I want. Okay? See, and the power that you experience, even the self-esteem, the integrity, the presence that you experience is much more powerful than what you wanted. It always is, because what you want is usually crap, really. It's usually, I mean, you think about it, you know. You want the lollipop. I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to do this, I want to avoid that, whatever, you know. So it's usually that. See? If you look at it from that point of view, and oh, I don't need that. See? I don't need that. Yeah. See? Oh, you mean I'd violate my person? I'd violate my person? I'd violate my integrity, my presence here, my life here. I'd violate that. I'd violate being here just to get that stupid thing, that whatever that. Really? Seriously? I'm gonna destroy myself just for that? The lollipop? I mean, it's a good lollipop, but really? It's worth my soul? I'm going to sell my soul for a lollipop? Well, that seems stupid to me. You see, of course, you wouldn't sell your life, you wouldn't sell your soul, you wouldn't sell your presence for a lollipop. The problem is you don't know that's what you're doing, right? You think you get the lollipop scot-free. Right? You just have to lie or twist the truth or withhold or whatever, right? See? And then you get it, you know, okay, I can get what I want, and it doesn't cost me anything. Okie dokie. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. It costs you your life. It costs you a lot. No, I can still breathe and walk and talk, and I can get more what I want. I can get 2 lollipops. Hey, I'm in lollipop heaven. Yep. Yep. But you got no soul. What soul? See, you got no self, you got no integrity, you've got no power, you got no presence, you got no life. You're not authentic. You're not genuine. So you can't then take your place genuinely and authentically as a real human being. See? You're sucked like Pinocchio. Again. See? Pinocchio lied. That's the whole point with his nose. And where was Pinocchio? See, where is the crisis, right? He was in a carnival island. Did he get all what he wants? He got lollipops and good things and rides and okay, good. I get all the goody things, All I had to do was lie. That's all I had to do. And look how much I get. See? But he sold his soul. He's a puppet. He's made out of wood. He doesn't, that's all. He's mechanical. He can walk and talk and have a big nose. See, but he's a puppet. He's got no life. He's got no presence. He's got no honor. He's got nothing that makes life worthwhile or powerful or good or worth living. He's got a fucking, carnival. And it wasn't until he sacrificed himself and told the truth that he got to be a real boy. The challenge isn't in choosing one over the other. The challenge is knowing what it is you're choosing. See, what you do is you take what I'm calling now, for just a quickie reference, your soul. You see, your authenticity, your realness, your passion, your presence, your life as a real being, that kind of stuff. Your vitality, your honesty, your honor, your integrity. See, and you ignore all that. It has no worth. Oh, those are just words. Those are just words. Those are antiquated notions. See, I don't need that. I need the lollipop. Because that gives me pleasure. Yummy, yummy. Lick my lollipop. Oh boy. You think? And you feel good when you're licking your lollipop, right? Or sucking on it, whatever you're doing. This is getting rather sexual. Okay, anyway. In any case, so you got this, pleasure going on there. And that's all your brain reads out. Yes, 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 I'm surviving. Yes, yes, yes. But what you don't realize, see, what you're not conscious of, because you ignore it, suppress it, you maybe never really conscious of it to begin with. See, what you're not conscious of is what you're giving up, what it's costing you to do that. You've put all your eggs into a very small basket. A very small basket of self-inversion, you see. Self-inversion. It's like, I live in here. It has no consequences to live in here. I can lie all I want, and I get what I want. Happy days, happy days. Yes, that is called hell. That's Lucifer. You just don't realize it because you seem to rule, but you rule over a very flimsy world. You rule over a really kind of stupid little world, really, with lollipops. You know what I'm saying? See, this is not much of a world. You say, but it's me, it's me. No, it's not, really, actually it's not. You've mistaken. You've given up God for Lucifer. It's me, it's me. And you serve this little one, this little one. This isolated one. And the more you continue that, the more more isolated you get. See? The more inverted you get. Like kind of an inverted toenail. Ingrown toenail, you see. Okay, you start hurting yourself. You're kind of growing into yourself. It becomes aberrated. It becomes distorted. Kind of like Lord of the Flies. Huh? See, it becomes distorted. It becomes aberrated. It has no power. It has no integrity. It has no honor. It has no sacrifice. Everything's me, 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 me. Except for the acts you put on to look like you're social and, helpful to others, so you can enroll them in being helpful to you, which is a wise strategy. See, but that lying thing, it's not useful. It's not useful. And so it is useful to really contemplate the cost. Contemplate the cost. I was talking to Brendan some time ago about the Count of Monte Cristo, the book. And I was pointing out, isn't it interesting how the way they're speaking and the way they relate to each other has so much more integrity and honor to it, just assumed, taken for granted. That that's what people do or did. You know what I'm saying? Like your guys, maybe, here's my money. I'm going to leave it on the table here. See? And without a thought that, of course, it would remain there. Nobody would take it because it's his money. See? It wouldn't occur to anybody. Nobody would be that despicable. So you think, well, that's not viable. Of course it is. In certain times, certain peoples, and certain cultures, yes, they lived like that. And it had so much more power with each other and themselves that they wouldn't, see? And it would come up, say, they wouldn't violate their own reputation, among other things. They wouldn't violate. Are you kidding? No, absolutely. I'm not going to go down that road. That would diminish me. I would rather take the scrape, you know, the hard times, the whatever, if that's required. But I'm not going to be diminished, you know? Japanese have a lot of flaws in their culture and some good things also. But one of the things, like I said, I would walk from my hotel, quite a walk, and this one, my hotel, to the venue where I was teaching, and in Tokyo. And so every time I'd walk down this alley, this street, and there's a guy who had his helmet on his motorcycle. Do you know how long that would last in this country? Every day, always there. Nobody touched his helmet. Why? Because they don't do that there. You don't take other people's stuff. Unless you're Yakuza, and then, you know, usually you still don't do it. What you do is you do other stuff. You kill people and, you know, take their heroin or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You don't take somebody's helmet. You draw a line there. You don't take their stuff. You see? Still cruise. Yes, sir.
I don't know if this question is too vague, but how do I practically go about honesty in my life? I don't see that. Just I like the idea, but I don't know how to implement it really.
Yes, you do. You probably don't want to implement it, but I suspect you know fully well how to do it. And as you grow, as you go, and as you grow, in honesty will become more and more profound. You'll grow into it. But you'll have to probably, from time to time, take the scrapes. You know. And remember, honesty isn't about spouting off everything that comes into your head. Nobody wants to hear that. Probably even you. You know, if you listen. Not about being honest. But be honest in your communications. Be honest in your relationships. Have integrity. Have honor. That'll change your experience of life right there.
I feel like there's some of my relationships I've lied in the past, and I probably need to clear that up if I'm gonna have full integrity.
Probably. You could do a 12-step program in honesty. But you know, hey, you're the one that's going to have to choose how to live your life. I don't tell people how to live their lives. I'm just telling you, if you sell your soul, you'll miss it. You probably won't know. It's gone, but like I said, see that kind of thing, that kind of selling of your soul, and I'm using that metaphorically. I don't believe in a soul, okay? See, so, you know, happens slowly. See, the consequences. See, it happens slowly. Well, it's sudden, but you don't notice, you see? And it's over time. You know, pretty soon you're just gone. You're diminished. You see? Because of that persistent lying. And it's more long-term stuff. The lollipop is quick stuff. It's gratification as opposed to real attainment of any kind.